The final hours, the final countdown, and we're not necessarily saying that counting has begun. It's a voting process that is underway at the ANC's 55th National Congress. And as we're hearing snippets of news here and there of how many provinces have already voted, as you heard my colleague earlier on, Natasha Perry, saying that it's still a long way to go, that after that there's still going to be some almost 4 hours of counting. So it's not until perhaps 8 or 9 in the morning that we're going to start seeing any evidence of results coming in. But let's go now to my colleague Ntlantla Kgatlhane, who is in Nasrec, who's standing by with the ANC chairperson of the Northwest. And Ntlantla, we're hearing about the various provinces and in which way they are purportedly voting. And I say purportedly because the news changes from time to time. What have you learned thus far? And let me just hand it over to you to ask some of those questions.
Yes, well, a very good evening to and our viewers at home. As you rightfully said, they're coming to you from Nasrec at the ANC's 55th National Conference. We continue burning the midnight candle here as we await, the results of the ANC. Currently, we know that voting has taken place. We know afterwards it will be counting, which is going to be a bit of a tedious effort as it takes time-consuming. And after that, then only will the country know who will be the leadership of the ANC, who will take the party forward from this 55th conference. But with me, I'm with Nono Maloyi, the chairperson of the Northwest Province. Thank you so much, Mr. Maloyi. The last time we spoke, I posed a question to you. Who, as the province, are you going with? You said to me, you are happy with number one, you are happy with the current president. Now we hear that you might have swing there. Who is Northwest going with in this conference?
No, the last time we spoke, I did indicate that the branches of the ANC in the Northwest had nominated. And number one on the list of the Northwest was Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, the president. And I also said, when you go to conferences as delegates, that conference is a conference of delegates. And in that conference, there are 9 provinces, including the leagues, which is the Youth League, the Women's League, and the Veterans League. Now, when you arrive at conference, it means you need to start engagements with other provinces. In the PGC, we said, we are going to that conference to persuade and be persuaded. Now, since this conference started, we have been having engagements with a number of provinces, almost all of them, discussing the question of leadership. And we came to an agreement which we think it's good for the Northwest and it's also good for the country. And that agreement, which we have pronounced, of course, is that almost all of us, those who engaged in these discussions and so on, we have agreed that we'll be voting for Comrade Zweli Mkhize as the president. We'll be voting for Stan Mathabata as the national chairperson. We'll be voting for Comrade Paul Mashatile as the deputy president. We'll be voting for Comrade Phumulo Masuele as the secretary general. We'll be voting for Comrade Nomvula Mokonyane as the Deputy Secretary General. We'll be voting for Comrade Rosanda as the first Deputy Secretary General and Ule Mabi as the Treasurer General. So that's the agreement amongst all of us.
What swayed you to move away from our last discussion to now go with Zweli Mkhize?
No, like I said, we had to discuss. In our discussion, we had to look into the capability of each and every leader that we suggested, guided, of course, by our document called Through the Eye of the Needle. It played a major role. We also looked into the current state of the organization, government, the state as a whole, implementation of our policies since we came here previously in the past 5 years and so on. Having considered all those things, we then came to a conclusion that the people that we are suggesting now are fit and proper to take this organization forward.
In our last discussion also, we talked about Ditsobotla. The organizational report also spoke about the decline in membership. You said you were going to hit the ground running, encourage the leadership that was there to go and ensure that ANC appeals to people. The organizational report says that, the Northwest, you guys have declined.
Of course, our membership has declined drastically, and that's what we said when we were elected in August. We said we have challenges organizationally, we have challenges in government. And as an organization, we'll have to develop a program of action which will assist the ANC to be attractive to the general masses out there. And that process has started. I said before we can do any other thing, we are going to evaluate our current membership. Do what is called an audit of all these members who have joined the ANC, who are they, and so on, in order for us to be able to say to our people that the ANC is okay. We are now renewing this organization, we are rebuilding this organization, and we are uniting this organization. It is not an easy task. It's going to be difficult, and it is already difficult. But I said to other people, come the next conference, the Northwest, if it is going to be in the top 3 in this country.
Northwest is familiar with divisions. You are talking about unity. The president has described this as a watershed conference. A lot of commentators saying this is a do or die for the ANC. You guys are here, divisions still within the party. Your reaction to that?
Uniting the African National Congress is not an event. It is going to take time. I said that this journey is long, it is not going to be easy. It needs each and every cadre of the movement to be part of this journey. One of the problems that we had is that we had branches of the ANC that did not have a program of action. So you can't say you have an organization if you don't have a program of action. We had a provincial executive committee which was reacting to events and so on. You can't have an organization without a program. That is why we had to develop a 4-year program in the province, which says in this next 4 years, what is it that we are going to do? Now, it means members of the ANC will understand that when we talk about unity, we talk about unity of purpose. And that purpose is about program of action. That program of action is there now. That is why I'm saying to you with confidence, come the next conference, Northwest Province will be in the top 3.
Talking about confidence, the leadership that you are going with, are you confident that they will be able to save this party? Come 2024, you will appeal again to South Africans.
No, they will be able. You can see it's different characters with different skills. And there is people who have been in the ANC for ages. They did not come yesterday. They understand what are the challenges, both in government and in the African National Congress. We have interacted with all of them. We have spoken to them as a collective. We have spoken to them individually. We are satisfied that this leadership is fit for purpose.
On a lighter note, inside, you guys are going to vote. How's the mood there?
The mood is where I want it to be. We think we are winning conference. Yeah, we think we are winning conference, and we believe that Comrade Zweli Mkhize will close this conference.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
That was the chairperson of the ANC from the Northwest, Tepiso, saying that they have met with other provinces, and that's what led them to decide on the leadership that they have supported, and saying that he remains confident that the leadership that's going to come out of here will be able to unite the ANC, and also saying that he's confident that Zweli Mkhize will be the one who's going to close the conference. With that being said, it's back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Ntlantla Kgatlhane, my colleague out there in Nazareth.